as we get into the playoff stretch here, and the teams know who they are. You can see the some of these teams that are out of contention. They can sort of settle back in. You get the playoff teams settle back in. They know no one's being moved. You know you're not getting traded. You know the team is what it is, and it's time to make the final stretch here, the stretch run over the next 6 weeks. I think we got left. Columbus and the Rangers is a tough one. I really don't have an opinion on this one. Tampa Bay, Toronto. I think it's pretty obvious here. Tampa Bay should go in there and get it done. We've been riding this Tampa team the last 5 out of the 6-game winning streak. Had them yesterday. That's right. That was our client play against my Boston Bruins. We had Tampa Bay and the limp dick fucking Bruins. Whenever the Bruins have to play a playoff team, especially at home, and they need to put out a pretty big effort, they don't. They fall flat on their face. Whether it was 9-2 against the Kings a couple weeks ago, or this 4-1 loss to Tampa Bay last night. Now, quick turnaround for Tampa. Obviously, Bishop's probably a net. I didn't even bother looking into that. But maybe this is something where you might want to parlay with that Arizona team total under if you don't want to lay the juice. And parlay it up with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay not the greatest team coming off of the second game, in 2 nights, but at the same time, it is the Toronto Maple Leafs. They should win this game 9 out of 10 times. But, not playing it today, there was something that I liked a little better than that one. Detroit rolling into Dallas. 2 teams. Actually, Dallas just fell out of the first spot for the first time in a long time. Chicago took them over with their win yesterday. They really haven't been playing good. The chemistry's not good. Defenses have been absolutely horrendous. This is another complete over team going up against a Detroit team that's just hit or miss. You really don't know what you're going to get. They're battling for the playoff spot, but you just don't know really with Detroit what you're going to get. They're middle of the road in every category. And like I said, you got Dallas, who was the highest scoring team in the league for a long time, now the second highest, back at home. Well, they've been home, but back going at home against a Detroit team that was on the road, came home for 1 game, back out on the road. They just played outside in Colorado in Coors Stadium to a 5-3 win, much closer than that 5-3. We were on Colorado. That game was 3-3 late in the third. And, this one could go either way. It wouldn't surprise me either way. But another one that could possibly go over. I'll tell you what. This is the first night I've seen all the totals for each game be over 5. Right? They're all 5.5. I really wouldn't be surprised on this Grand Salami if it stayed under the 33.5 goals, to be honest with you. I really wouldn't be surprised. So maybe that's something to think about. The other game, Montreal at San Jose, that's the client play. So that's that. So to run it down again, Arizona team total under. We get the Tampa Bay money line, and then over in college basketball, I think Texas clips them. I think Texas does clip them tonight. You can get 3.5 now on some heavy movement, actually. I got to look at that a little more. Usually when you see a road favorite around 1.5 to 2 points, it usually holds strong there. This time it's all the way up to 4. Kansas is just a covering machine, though, for decades. Carolina, that line went up from 11.5 to 13. Then I talked about Syracuse, the first half over, first half team total over, something to that effect. And then Iowa State, Oklahoma State is also the client play. VMI also taking a shot with them today. So that's that. NBA, it's cruising over in the NBA. Jazz comes into Boston. Boston should handle them there. The first half under could be a play also. Another game I like a lot is Milwaukee. I like Milwaukee in this spot. I think the Rockets have just completely given up on themselves, to be honest with you, at this point. And I know Milwaukee's not great, but Houston team is not good. They're just not good. Maybe you want to take a look at it. I don't even know. The way they play defense, it's fucking horrible. Some of these totals are getting out of control. Then you look at Brooklyn rolling into the Clippers, to a clip show. Brooklyn just... This is a team, you talk about tanking, and usually this time of year, teams like Philly and everybody. I love how teams have sold their fans the fact, all of a sudden, over the last few years, that it's beneficial to lose as much as possible. That's such horse shit. It really is. And these teams accept it. You know? I mean, come on, Philly. You have you just keep getting draft picks and you keep selling your fans that it's a good idea to continue to lose. There's no reason a team with 4 fucking lottery picks and some solid free agents can't make the playoffs. Go out and get some people. For the love of God. Cheap fucks. I'd be so pissed to be a 76ers fan. You'll get Washington there, big favorites. So that's that. Other than that, pretty slow night. Again, I'm getting ramped up for the baseball preview. We're here starting tomorrow, like I said. We get rolling, in grand style in what was probably the busiest offseason for any team. And we got Nick Pecoro coming in of one of the local newspapers over there. He's been writing for 8 to 10 years. I believe it's the AZ Central. That's the name of it. He's got a nickname for it. And you can also find him on local TV on Channel 12 out there in Arizona, followed by the rest of the season. But yeah, that's how it will go for the day. That's it. Slow show, but a little bit of a vacation day, like I said, as we get into it. Beautiful day out here on the East Coast. It's going to get cold again, I know. It's a fucking, it's a little weird. What I am excited about on the TV note, History Channel 2, which I always watched. I watched some of that, the Ancient Aliens. I don't know if any of you guys ever seen the Ancient Aliens show. It's a combination between, ancient astronaut theorists and a little bit of history. It's very interesting. They make a lot of good points. But, it was on History Channel 2. That's now becoming Viceland TV, which is great. Basically, if you ever seen Vice, like on HBO or YouTube, like the documentary series Vice, they now are going to have their own TV channel, which is pretty cool. So, good stuff there. I don't know what made me think about that. Oscar news. I actually had some bets on The Revenant yesterday in Oscars. Thought they'd take it home. But then I was thinking, after I've seen them all, but Spotlight, great movie about around here and the Catholic priests, right? So you either had to choose from this. On a year in the Oscars where no black people were nominated and they wanted to boycott them, you can, for Best Picture, there was basically a movie about white racists that were killing Indians, right? So you can just have a film like that win. Or you can have a film about the Catholic Church voted on by the majority of Jewish people that are in the film industry in California. If the writers and directors are all Jewish. Perfect opportunity for them to, bring to light the Catholic religion. Now, I just say this all jokingly. But I just thought it was funny. And, if I could have put 2 and 2 together, you would have thought, let's take Spotlight at plus gigantic odds. They were, as a matter of fact. But, let's talk about what we're talking about here. We're talking about betting on the Oscars, so let's slow down a little bit. But that'll do it, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. Not same time again. It's a 12 p.m. show tomorrow, high noon tomorrow, the old time. But you can listen to it anytime, and we'll go from there. We'll have the regular breakdowns, and again, we'll spend about 15 minutes going over talking about this Arizona team, see how they do, what his projections are, what things to look for. Also, going to hit him with like some 5 rapid fire questions. Also, I want to talk to him about what his opinion on Bobby Hurley is, as he's an Arizona State graduate. See what he thinks of his Sun Devils over there down in Arizona. If they're optimistic or if they've had enough. But either way, guys, have a good one. Back tomorrow. See you guys later. Oh, you thought that it was going to be the... Oh, here's a good instrumental. Let's play this one to close it out. Then we'll do a little DJing in the second half of the show.
To decide whether or not
DJ Cool Breeze coming at you.
We don't. Tails we do.
A little Southwest,
Book for as low as $69
Southwest endorsement.
now at southwest.com.
By the way, that was Esoteric to start the show, if you were wondering. White boy from around here. Pretty good. Check him out.